Hey, what's going on, people? Listen, we're live. This is the first drive time live thing that we're doing right now. So I just want to welcome everybody from the 101 forums. Nice of you guys to join me for this. Hopefully we'll be able to make it something nice so that you guys will be able to join in on the fun. And let's check out what's actually happening at the moment. So football is back. Football is back in abundance. I can't believe it's actually back. But I did predict on the show when we were talking about it was going to be, what did we say? First it went from the 12th and then it was jumping around different dates. I did say it was going to be on the 19th. It kind of wasn't. But, 17th is cool. I'm okay with that. And I'm also okay with the fact that Arsenal and Man City are the first game that they're going to show. Because what it does is it kind of gets us a look at what the team's been doing in the offseason. We've seen all these muscle buzz from Torreira. We've seen all these physiques from David Luiz and Lacazette. And you know what? It's nice that you look great, but let's see that translate into a performance on the field. Yeah, let's see it translate into performance on the field. So that's where I'm going with that, guys. Also, happy birthday to Lacazette. I believe, how old is Lacazette today? He's 29. So Lacazette's 29 today. So that's a very, very positive sign. But let's have a look at what some of you guys are saying. You guys are talking about now, giving me your predictions. So this is gonna be sweet. I'm gonna have a little bit of fun with these. So first of all, we've got some guys, look, Nay, you've actually liked it, but I don't see a prediction from you down there, which is a little bit strange. Let's see if we can play about with this a little bit now. So what we've got is Kez. Kez is going for 2-1 Arsenal win. Boy, you know what? I said to the guys on the show that this is going to feel like a whole new season because we've gone 8 weeks without football now for the players. That's the longest time that they've probably gone without playing football in their entire playing careers. So what that means is that we've had a whole new kind of preseason now, which is what we're doing now. And obviously they've had all the one-to-ones and they've had all the team meetings and everything for 8 weeks. So they've been doing that. They've been following their training regime. So for them, coming out after such a long break, it's like a new season. It really is. And it wouldn't surprise me. If you guys look in the comment section below, I have left, let me just see. I believe I've left the new kit. I've left a picture of what that new kit looks like. So it'd be good if you guys can have a look at the kit and tell me what you think about it. That's one of the spoilers that have been coming through from the kit. But I'll tell you now, it's a little bit messy. It's kind of like the banana that we have on the yellow, but it's all smudged. It's a white top. It's all smudged with sort of red maroon, and it looks okay-ish. I mean, I'm not really a fan of the Adidas top, so you're gonna have to bear with me with Adidas. I'm not too sure on that. But listen, Kez is saying 2-1, and that's probably a good shout. It's a good shout. G is saying 2-1 the other way though. G is saying 2-1 to Man City, and he's saying football will continue. But I'm expecting most of the next season will be without the fans. Literally, yeah, I think. And that means, remember, if there's no fans at the Emirates next season, that's £144 million that Arsenal as a team is going to do without. So as me and Tony and Bertrand talked about last night, I can see our entire 160 million transfer fund wiped out just so that can pay for the losses. You know, it's a business. A business has got to tick around. We're going into a situation where it really looks like they're going to tell Arteta, bro, you got no money. You got no money to spend again. Yeah, that's what they told Emery in January last year. They told Emery, you got no money to spend. So the man had to just do free stuff and get loans. I think Arteta's, it looks like the way things are going now, he's going to be suffering the same fate where he's going to be after generate his own money. And that's the reason why you're hearing all this stuff. You're hearing Holding, Socrates, you're hearing, who else? Mustafi is going to be going, go and find another team. You're hearing David Luiz. David Luiz is easy because he only signed a 1-year deal. So you don't lose anything, do you? Just say, all right, thanks for your services. Now we've got William Saliba back. You don't need to be here because Saliba's going to play anyway. So it's 1 in, 1 out. And while Luiz has been really, really hot on his form, he has been inconsistent. And look, I'm not going to hold back William Saliba just for David Luiz. That ain't going to happen. I ain't going to do it, and you guys probably ain't going to do it either. So yeah, I really don't see that that's going to happen. So guys, let's have a look and see what some of you guys are saying here as well. For some reason, on this format, on the page, I can see some texts, but I can't get I can't get the whole view of the page. So anyway, I'm going to go through. I know Tom left the prediction. 3-0 to Arsenal. We will be back with an almighty bang. Our players will be fresher, fitter, and more focused than we have ever seen. Come on, you Gunners. That's a nice one, you know. And you know what? Tom is always upbeat. Big shout out to you, Tom Aston. You're always upbeat. And actually, I can see a scenario where Arsenal have gone up there. Remember when it was Arteta that changed the tactics from that Wenger team, when he said, look, you guys can keep getting beaten on the counterpunch every time, or you can go in and do things properly. And the team changed it. It was him and Mertesacker. They changed all the tactics, and we went up there and we ended up winning 2-0. That was the last time in my memory, actually, that I can remember us going up there and getting a result. So I really hope that happens. I really do. But let's hear some more of your opinions, guys. And we've got another message for Tom saying, in fairness, they do like they've been working out mad. Yeah, they do. Guys, I've got another 2-1 Arsenal prediction here and another 3-2 prediction to Arsenal. Ooh. I know this one is Michael because it says sadly 2-0. But sadly 2-0 to who, Michael? Is that 2-0 City? The fact that you put sadly on there, sadly, the fact that you put sadly means it's Manchester City that is going to take the win. So yeah, sadly. But again, as Tom's saying, it could be a big shocker. And boy, I'd love to see it. Another comment here. I think a lot of teams will struggle with the physical side if they haven't played for months. Yeah, that's what we were talking about when we were saying that they were talking about shortening 90 minutes and they were talking about having more substitutes. Look, there's a lot of things that have yet to be uncovered. There's a lot of things that is going to be uncovered. And I think in that respect, we have, when is the 19th? So we've got about 3 weeks to fix it. So they've got 3 weeks to figure out the venues, because 1 minute it's neutral venues, next minute we're playing at home, next minute is neutral venues, and it's like, really, what's actually going on here? I don't really think that they've got there yet. So don't be shocked if we hear in the next 7 days that there's going to be 5, 6, or maybe even 7 substitutions being made, because these guys are not fit. So I think the intensity of the game is going to be very fast. So I think that in order to help them, the substitutes will, I would think a minimum of 5, but 7 would be preferable. And that's the way how they're probably going to go. But it would really be like them to leave it till the last minute. And I think that the managers need to know what they're doing. But lo and behold, I mean, they came back to training 2 weeks ago. There's no football for another 3 weeks. So remember, everybody was saying we need 6 weeks to be fit. Well, you're going to have 5 weeks. I know all the players aren't back yet, but you are going to have 4 to 5 weeks to get everybody's fitness back where they need to. And obviously yesterday, phase 2 was in effect. So now they're allowed to tackle, although they're saying it's, sort of not tight. How can you tackle and not be tight at the same time? But logistically now, I think it kind of works. So we're going into that phase now where they're working closer together. There's going to have more pairings. More pairings, actually, guys, means you're allowed to do rondo exercises, which is a big thing of Arteta's training. You know how all that works. Yeah, I think it's going to be a difficult situation. Me, personally, I think that I'm probably going to go, I think 2-2 would be a fair result. I think if we can go up there and get a draw, then that would do a lot in terms of where Arsenal is right now to say, because remember, guys, we've had 5 clean sheets in the last 8. We've had 8 games unbeaten, but that was a lifetime ago. Yeah, we're talking about early March. We're going into June now. So we've come out of winter and we're coming into summer. That's how long there's been no football. So whatever happened in the current form table, bin it. Dust it, because all that has changed. The police have given the green lights to the Premier League games being at home, so that's probably why they're now talking about Premiership games being at home. I think in order to do that, the reason why neutral grounds was a big thing is so that everybody can keep it tight. They can minimize the TV cameras going everywhere to all these different stadiums. Because remember, on Premiership Football Day, there are cameras at every single stadium because BBC, Sky, BT Sports, all these people have to cover it. So neutral grounds was kind of working for everybody except for the players, because the players didn't want it. But we had a session last night where we talked about there's no home field advantage. The German Bundesliga has shown us that. A lot of home teams have lost. In fact, away teams have outscored home teams 45 goals to 22. So there's really no home field advantage. I don't know how that's going to play out here, but I think what they're afraid of is fans turning up to the stadium, standing outside the stadium, going to local pubs. All that is just going to mash up everything. But listen, social distance, mash up already. So I'm not going to worry about that at all. Mikel Arteta also on a mission to transform Arsenal into title contenders this summer. We're getting a lot of questions in terms of what's going to happen with summer, what's going to be the new laws for transfer, what's going to be the loan extensions. What we don't know. Let's wait to hear what's going to happen there, and let's wait to hear what we're going to do with the players' ins and outs, because there's going to be new rules made up. So we have to see how that works. My understanding would be Arteta's going to want to get rid of as much people as possible, because you've taken over a team that has failed Emery and failed Wenger, and they're going to fail you. So the more changes you make, bro, and the more people you get in to follow your philosophy, the better your results are going to be in the long run. And we've got another comment. Apologies, Apollo. I've shared your live stream with Gooner Gals. Oh, Fiona. Thanks, Fiona. And welcome to all the girls from Gooner Gals. I appreciate all the following. If you don't know what the YouTube channel is, it's 101 on Arsenal. Please, please, please like and subscribe that channel. That's where we cover all the Arsenal news, and that's where we cover all the live podcasts. Sunday's live podcast is at 8 o'clock, and Wednesday is at 10 o'clock. We've moved it back an hour. Yeah, it's late, but we're accommodating Bertram, who, as you guys know, is a valid member of the team. So thank you for joining us, guys. And we're really just talking about the predictions of what do you think is going to happen now against the Arsenal with the Man City game. Lots and lots of things can happen. A lot of guys going for Arsenal for the win, so it'd be really interesting to see if they pull that off, guys. That's a big thing. That is a big thing if they pull that off, because teams already know Arsenal has been transformed under Mikel Arteta. It still bugs me when I hear people say there's no differences. Come on, seriously? This team, before Arteta walked through the door, we had 2 wins in our last 17 games. Yeah, and we couldn't win away from home. That was the problem. That was why Emery left, because with Wenger, you couldn't win away from home and you had a leaky defense. With Emery, you couldn't win at home and you had a leaky defense in 18 months. And then it's funny because Arteta managed to change that in a matter of 2 months. That is instant changes. That is where you can see some philosophies and players buying into a system. Whatever was going on with Emery, they might have bought into it for a chance, yeah, for a limited period. Because look, 11-game winning streak, 22 games, unbeaten streak, Europa Cup final, that doesn't stink total failure. That means something was happening under Emery. Something was growing. But after that loss in Baku, for me, that's where everything just went dead. That's where all the players just gave up on it and said, yeah, this ain't going to work with Emery. I'm done. And as soon as Emery left town, look how much the players started putting in the effort. Look how much running that they were doing. Look how they started buying into wanting to achieve and wanting to win. So it's important, as Arteta has said himself, it's important that he gets the players to buy in, and it's important that he wins the fans back. Well, I think he's done both. So, you know, that in itself is an achievement. Now we can build on it. So we're talking about now Bukayo Saka looks like, by all indications, all that Instagram stuff that was going on where he was holding the badge and making all those comments, we still haven't heard anything yet. But I've had a few texts. I think it's imminent And I do think he's going to be an Arsenal player now. There's no smoke without fire, guys. And this is coming straight from the Arsenal's Instagram page. So someone said score draw. Again, guys, if you can put your name in before your comment, then I can actually know who it is that's making the comment. And, okay, so it is. So it's Prince. Prince, welcome to the party, my friend. Prince is going for a score draw. So same as me. I'm going for 2-2. You're probably going for 1-1. Frank as well. Nice one, Frank. Good to see you. Frank is saying, when Arsenal are the underdog, Manchester City 1, Arsenal 2. A whole heap of people are going for Arsenal in this game. Listen, I just hope that you guys are not selling your soul on this one, man. But listen, it just means that you've seen a lot of things from Arteta that you like, and you've seen a lot of things from the training and the shape. And look, them guys ain't walking around looking like Spartans for nothing, yeah? All this Lacazette showing off his six-pack, Torreira showing off his six-packs. These guys look like Spartans. They look like they're going to kick some ass. So it wouldn't surprise me to see you guys so upbeat. So for me, yeah, big up to that. And yeah, so okay, so Fiona, I can see Fiona's feed on there. Nice one, Fiona. Nice one, Fiona. If you left your prediction, I would love to see a prediction from you. I'm not sure whether you've left a prediction or not, but guys, seriously, I do think that the structure is going to be better, because the one thing that Arteta said that he didn't have, he said, I never had a preseason with the guys. I never got to know where all of them were coming from. And I didn't really get to feel that I knew what was the best for those players. I mean, a manager has to know that he can trust you, right? That's how it works, yeah? It's a win-win. If you trust me and I trust you, then we can get the best out of each other. That's how management works. And I don't think, you know, when he stepped into the role, everything was going 100 miles an hour, and then you had to win, you had to get a result, and you had to get the right formation. He hasn't changed from that formation at all. It's been the same formation. He has not changed to it at all. So for me, I think right now that we've got to a level where in the 2 months that we've been in lockdown, Arteta's been able to have these one-to-ones with the players where there's no interference around. It's just you and the player, and you can actually sit down and talk to them and get a little bit of insight into what their dreams are, into what their goals are for the team and what their goals are individually as well. Fiona's gone for 2-1 to Arsenal. Everyone's just battering up Man City right now. Everyone just right now battering onto Man City. So guys, remember, this is at the Etihad. So I think if we're going to beat them, I think we're going to do it in style. I think we're probably going to shut them out if it happens, yeah? But I just think Man City, I did say today on the guys with Goon Squad, big shout out to anyone who's on Goon Squad at the moment. We've actually gone for, there's a 3-1 there. Leo Daniel's gone for a 3-1 Arsenal win. Arsenal's just throwing haymakers right now at Manchester City. So I think that the most important thing is, guys, is going up to Manchester City and achieving means so much to Arteta, because he wants to show those guys at Manchester City that he can be a manager. And that's important. When you've trained with guys for 3 years and you know everything about them, and that's it, strengths and weaknesses. Arteta is probably the only man outside of Manchester that knows what their weaknesses are. So you know, yeah, tactics is a weak thing for Arsenal. We're weak when it comes to tactics. So I think as far as tactics goes, I think that with Arteta, he is going to be playing them in the right way, because he knows where Manchester City are vulnerable. Yeah, he really does. So a lot of don't be surprised if we come out throwing haymakers against them and putting them on the back foot. I would be so surprised if that happened, because he knows what good looks like and he knows how to beat them. So, guys, seriously, that's where we are on the predictions. It doesn't seem like there's much more predictions coming through. So, David Luiz, we talked about him, and it looks like he's going to be let go because of William Saliba is going to take that spot. I think Arteta will be able to coach a young squad with less pressure. I guess the younger the team, the less pressure there is to get results, because you have to build it in transition or from the ground up. But as I said, look, Socrates, Holding and Mustafi, although with Holding, I'm a bit gutted because I'm a big Holding fan. You guys know I call him the truth. And for me, he was our best player under Emery. He was our best defender. There's no doubt about that. Things started going wrong after the Man United game when he got injured. You know, after that 22-game streak and whatever, when he was in the team, we started looking hella vulnerable. And we kind of just haven't really looked the same since. He's got so much upside. He's 24 years old. That long injury, he hasn't recovered from it. Whether he can, I don't know. But it seems like Arteta doesn't have him in his plans. So, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, not much more you can say on that. So listen, guys, that's it. I've done 20 minutes and I've covered all the predictions. I'll try and do these as much as I can, guys, as far as the build-up to games go. And thanks for all the Gooner girls to join the live stream. I appreciate all of you guys over there, and I hope you enjoy the content as well. Check out the main channel, as I said, which is 101 on Arsenal. And big up to everybody. We've got someone that said, everyone's forgetting we have Arteta. He's got Man City's plan, yeah, which is what I've said. I mean, you're talking about a guy who sat down and prepped for 3 years in that team. He knows their weakness. He's going to tell the players at Arsenal where to attack them, where they're most vulnerable. And there could be a big shock on here. So let's see how this develops, guys. Thanks for joining me. And again, like and subscribe to the channel 101 on Arsenal. We're here for you guys. We're here to give you great content. I'll speak to you guys later. Peace right back at you. Nice one.